Hi, this is my video about colouring a steering wheel. This one is from a Fiat 500, but the principle is pretty much the same for most wheels. I've cleaned it up just to make sure there's no grease and dirt. I've taped up here where the steering wheel controls are, the rubber underneath the switch. The switches are here. I'm just going to go mix up my colour and see if I can get a good match. I put some of the beige colour in the pot. I'm just going to add my white now to get an ivory colour, which is what I'm trying to get. So I'm going to mix this up and see what we get. So I've added my white tint into the beige. I'm going to mix it and see if we get a nice ivory that I'm looking for. Okay, I've got the shade. I'm going to try it now with this applicator sponge. The instructions do say to dab it rather than wipe it. So let's take a look, see what we can get. It's quite hard to hold the camera while I'm doing this, so I'll go around and come back to you in a bit. Okay, this is what I've done so far. It's only taken a few minutes really. You can see if you wipe it, you get marks, and the instructions do say to dab. So dab it on. Make sure you get a good spread of colour into all the grain of the leather and the stitching. And I'm going to go around the back of the wheel, just finish off a few spots and let it dry, and then do the front. One thing I noticed here is a few little marks where there must have been a bit of grease or something. It hasn't quite taken and not clean enough, so I'll see how it dries. Maybe need to clean it, apply a bit more and see how it goes. But so far, considering it started off black, that's not looking too bad, I don't think. Okay, as you can tell, that's the first coat done. Taking me maybe 10 minutes, so not too long. Like most paint jobs really, try and do a lighter coat, let it dry, and then come back and do a heavier coat afterwards. So considering that was black underneath, I think, and overall that's taken quite nicely. Quite pleased with that. I'm trying to get an ivory, because the Fiat 500 I'm doing this for has an ivory steering wheel as the original. They tend to have very thin, like plasticky leather that peels off. So I bought this one, which is from a sport model, because it has this perforated leather look to it. Seems a lot more sturdy. So by colouring this one, it'll be a nice replacement and hopefully last a lot longer. So we'll come back once I've done the second coat. Okay, I've gone around and doing a second coat. I think it's taking quite nicely at the moment. You can see this top section that I haven't done. I'm finding it's easier with the short end of the sponge to give me a nice little nice little spread, and it seems to dab in quite nicely for the colour to take. As you can tell, my videoing skills aren't very good, because I'm literally holding the phone and trying to see what I'm doing, but just trying to give you an idea of how you do it and how long it takes. So just keep going until you've got a nice even coverage, and I'll come back at the end once I'm happy with it. Okay, here's the steering wheel after 2 coats of colour. It's got a nice coverage to it, but unfortunately it's a bit too beige to match the interior. So I'm going to go over it again now with some ivory to lighten it up and get the colour match that I'm looking for. So apply some more coats of this and come back and see how it matches. You can see I've just started doing this one section of the wheel. You can already see the difference between the ivory and the beige. So this is much closer to the colour I'm looking for. So hopefully the beige will be a nice base coat anyway for it to take. And we'll carry on going and show you the finished product at the end. So this is the wheel now with a coat of ivory over the top of the beige. It's a much better colour match to the original interior. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to go over one more time just in case there's any little patches that need a little bit more, which is a nice even cover. And I will go over with the sealer. I don't want it shiny, so you've got gloss and a matte finish there, so I'll probably just use the matte to seal it in, and fingers crossed, should look really good. Okay, as you can see, I've done 2 coats of ivory and the colour is taken really well. Really pleased with it. I've gone over with a matte finish because I don't really want to shine, because the original didn't have a shine. So I'm really pleased with the way the colour is taken on this. This plastic piece here, obviously I will change from the original. Hopefully that will come off okay. And I'll get the old one off the car. Leave this to dry properly for a few hours and get it in. I think considering what that started off as a black wheel, which is now ivory, I think that's a good result. And you'd never tell.